Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a full moon in Sagittarius reading for my dearest Geminis. Gemini, this full moon in Sagittarius takes place on June 14th, and it invites us to explore and define our truth, but balance that truth with clear, rational logic and objectivity. With the sun and fact-finding Gemini, Sagittarius wants to look at the big picture. So we're challenged to find that middle ground. Full moons are about letting go. So we're being asked what ideologies need to be released so that we can start with a fresh, clean slate. Are there any belief systems that no longer hold any truth for us? And Jupiter, this full moon's ruler, is also asking us to have courage, take risks, and to stand tall in our sense of self. All right, my dear Geminis, just a little reminder that my full moon readings are not explicitly about love, although they certainly can be. And if these messages do resonate with you, I'm going to ask that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So we see the Ten of Swords and the Page of Pentacles coming out. So my gems, many of you have experienced a very difficult, very painful ending, but you're ready for a new beginning. Looking at all those details, seeing that something here wasn't healthy for you. It can be in love and relationships, although it could be the ending of a job, just a cycle in your life. It could also be a codependent behavior, something it's time to change, all right? So clear messages and guidance, please, for my dearest Geminis for this full moon in Sagittarius. Clear messages and guidance for my dear Geminis for this full moon in Sagittarius. All right, so your energy, yeah, Three of Wands, there you are. Ready for this new beginning, ready to move forward. What you're leaving behind, Justice, so maybe a Libra. What you're moving towards, we have the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, so there's a little bit of mental conflict in what this is that you're letting go of. What you need to know, Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, so there is something that may be very triggering for my gems out there. What you need to do, Seven of Pentacles, but you know what? You're ready. You are ready because there was something here that wasn't balanced. And with the Seven of Pentacles energy here in reverse, it's time to let go of something that maybe you've invested a lot of time and effort into, but it wasn't either, it had run its course. Other advice for you, additional messages, we have the Strength card, Leo energy. And the final outcome energy is the Devil. All right, Capricorn energy. So what I'm seeing here right off the bat, gems, is the Devil card is saying that there's something calling your name. There's something you can't seem to shake. I'm not seeing this as a bad card. You know, Capricorn energy prioritizes work and stability. So for some of you, maybe this is a career shift or change, or maybe it's, again, that Ten of Swords can also be codependency. It could be kicking a bad habit. An addiction, even a bad relationship, a marriage, a job. You know, it could be so many different things. It can be a relationship, okay, like with a family member. But with the Devil energy, there's something that won't let you, won't leave you alone. And it seems like it's a desire. It feels like it's this truth. It's this, I need to move on. I'm ready to move forward. But I can see here, like, he's got his whole body moving forward there, gems, but he's still holding on to something from the past. You know, and that's a normal, natural occurrence. Your overall energy, we have the Star card in reverse, Aquarius energy. So there is a need for healing. There's a need to get really clear on what it is that you want to manifest, or what you want your life or your love or your relationships or your job or your career to look like. But I'm also seeing with the Star card in reverse, it takes us back to a Tower moment. So there's a total paradigm shift. That's because there's something dogging you, Geminis, and it doesn't feel like it's something bad. It feels like it's your higher self, your angels, your guides calling you, telling you it's time to move forward. But there's definitely mental conflict in detaching here, okay, from whatever this is, like a person, You know, for some of you, I'm getting my gems, you've been in a situation where you've been doing a lot of overgiving, or, you know, whether it's a love relationship or it's, you know, at work. Now it's time for you, is what I'm seeing with this devil energy. I feel like too, this is something that is just as obsessed with you as you are as obsessed with it, right? So it's like this energy of, you know, what you're wanting is wanting you just as much. But I feel like some of my gems, it's about acknowledging that. Okay. So the Three of Wands here is your energy. So why is this here for my gems? Ready to move forward, ready for growth and expansion. Yeah, you're seeing clearly. You're ready for something new. Unblocking that throat chakra, saying what you mean, meaning what you say, knowing when to stay quiet, setting boundaries, standing up for yourself. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. You really are. There's something that like you just can't seem to get away from, and it's time to sort of move forward with it. If you're having a hard time unblocking that throat chakra, like singing or chanting mantras can help. Also, drinking water or lemon tea is good. Silent meditations, working with blue stones, there's essential oils, listening to beautiful music can be really beneficial for my gems right now. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. But this Knight of Pentacles has this touch of that Page of Pentacles energy, taking notes. You're prepared. You're ready. You know. You may not know what all of the steps forward look like, but you certainly know you're ready for this, gems. Now the Justice card, many of you might have been, I heard hemming and hawing. I don't really use that word. Maybe you do, or somebody else has used that word. That might resonate with some of you. But with the Justice card here, it's telling me that, yeah, you were going back and forth. You were weighing up your options, and you've decided, although there's mental conflict, you're making a decision to move forward. And she's holding that sword, that truth, that Ace of Swords. So the Sun card, yeah, there's something here that's been very disappointing. And you may have had an imbalanced solar plexus chakra for a time being, which is like an inability to commit. And no offense to any of you with Libra placements, and believe me, I have Libra placements. So it's like an inability to commit to a certain path or making a certain decision, I feel like was difficult. But that's in your past energy. And the Sun card in reverse tells me that you're working, or you may need to also just work on balancing that solar plexus chakra. So you can meditate using candle flames or fires. Make sure you really pay attention to foods that you're eating that are healthy and easy for you to digest. Get out into the sunshine, especially those of you moving into the summer months, although I know not all of you are. Wearing or working with the color yellow is going to be beneficial. And then also doing any core work. Okay, these are like little things that you can do to really help sort of prepare you for what's coming and to sort of open up that solar plexus. Yeah, Hierophant energy. It's time for you to take a new path, one that's uniquely yours, Gemini. Some of you, you're disappointed because this is the breakdown of a higher level of commitment or a marriage. Some of my gems, you're moving away from ideologies that maybe you were raised with or you were taught, but you realize, well, that's not really what I believe, or that doesn't really work for me. So it's a powerful energy there with the Sun and the Hierophant card in reverse. You're definitely taking a unique path and journey. You're doing things your way. Now what you're moving towards is the Six of Swords in reverse, so you might feel a little bit stuck. This is Venus and Aquarius energy when it goes back to the Five of Swords. So you're definitely detaching from someone or something here. And I'm also seeing with the Six of Swords here in reverse, yeah, it's like you're realizing like that it takes us back to the Five of Swords, which is an energy of I've got to do this for me. Like I've got to look out for myself right now. Remember, I was picking up on you maybe being more like lacking self-compassion, maybe being more understanding or compassionate to others than to yourself. That's coming to an end. Eight of Swords, no more overthinking. You're freeing yourself from a karmic situation or relationship. Yeah, like you're no longer like stuck on a loop. And a lot of readers, you know, we talk about this, but it's like, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You're not doing that anymore. And the Seven of Wands, yeah, you may feel a little bit defensive. You may not have the support of everybody around you. That's okay. You might feel like you're a little bit under attack because you are doing things differently, Gemini, and that's going to trigger other people who maybe don't have the courage to branch out on their own or to do what you're doing. And but I also feel like you know that you know what you're in for, and you're ready to fight for whatever this is, whether it's a love, whether it's freedom, whether it's a new job, a business. So what you need to know, the Queen of Wands in reverse, you're definitely going to be triggered and you're going to be put to the test here. And with the Knight of Wands in reverse, this is interesting because I got the same message with the Knight of Wands in reverse in the Sag reading, your opposite sign. But what I'm seeing, oh, and we also have Leo and Aquarius, they want me to tell you. And for me as a reader, those of you who have been with me for some time, you know that when I get the appearance of two signs, major arcanas, opposite ends of the same axis, that a lot of you have been dealing with a soulmate, or are dealing with a soulmate. But remember, soulmates come in different forms. They can be bosses, co-workers, friends, lovers, spouses, family members. So anyway, just going back to what you need to know is the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands in reverse. For some of you, you were dealing with somebody who was maybe not as committed as you were to the relationship or to the work or to the goal. This could definitely be some of you were dealing with some sort of player. But I also feel too, the Queen of Wands, like you're going to be triggered, and the Knight of Wands in reverse, because you're letting go of like a long held belief. And with Hierophant energy, this is codes of conduct. So this is like this is something that, you know, that felt, I want to say innate, inherent to you. And so this shift and change is going to be very triggering, and Spirit wants you to give yourself that permission to Knight of Wands it in tarot speech, Knight of Wands it in reverse, you know, to get the hell out of there if that's exactly what you need. Now, it feels like for a lot of you, you're leaving like a job or a marriage or something that or you're breaking away from like a family unit or a group that just isn't in alignment with you anymore. And we see the Tower in reverse, yeah. But it is time for this tower to fall. And you have to allow it to happen organically and naturally, but don't resist, because resisting is only going to sort of scatter your energy and leave you feeling drained. So I do feel with the Tower, Scorpio and Aries energy here, there may have been a relationship or a situation that wasn't built on a really strong foundation. And that's also confirmation as to why things were difficult or so difficult, right? So what you need to do, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it's time. It's like know when to walk away is what they're saying. Eight of Wands in reverse, there was something that you wanted to manifest or that you wanted to move forward with that wasn't able to. And that, quite frankly, sucks, Gemini, especially when you're really devoted to it. But what I'm seeing with the Eight of Wands in reverse is don't be too attached to the outcome, because letting go of whatever this is creating a space for something new and more aligned for you, something more balanced, something reciprocal. And Eight of Pentacles, yeah, and it's going to take some work, but you're getting double eights here. So many of you by Lionsgate, and I'm seeing that with the Strength card, many by Lionsgate by August. You're going to be in a new situation, whatever this is that's calling your name, that's following you around, that shows up wherever you go, whenever you take a turn, whenever you turn on the radio, the TV, you get on the internet. There's something here that just keeps dogging you is what I keep hearing. And it's a good thing. It's like, it's like the example of like, I really wanted to, like, I started thinking about going to Australia a couple of years ago, and it's just like everywhere I turned, Australia, there was like random ads for come travel to Australia. I opened a book randomly and was talking to somebody, and my hand was on, I looked at what my hand was touching. I hadn't looked at what the book that was open. It was a textbook, and it was on a picture of Australia randomly. Like, so, it's like something like that, something that won't really let you get away from it. It doesn't have to be a place. It could be a person. It could just be an idea, but I definitely feel like it's hounding you, Gemini, but it's actually coming from your higher self. It's coming from within you. So double eights tells me there's a lot of abundance awaiting you. Wow, triple eights actually, because we have the Strength card here. So Spirit's other messages are to be strong. Again, really work on unblocking that solar plexus chakra. And we get the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there's some drama. You are going to experience some drama, and I don't want to sugarcoat it for you, gems. A lot of you, like if you're leaving somebody, or you're breaking away from a family unit, or you're branching out on your own, whatever it is, there are going to be people that aren't supportive, and there are going to be people that aren't on board, and there are going to be people that are triggered, and there are other people that aren't going to want to let you go because you're the one that does all the work. You're just going to have to sort of ignore the haters here. And the Page of Wands in reverse, don't let drama and don't let other people's sort of BS hold you back. All right, the Devil energy is, this is something that you are meant to be doing. This is something that is calling your name for a reason. Or maybe it's a person or a move, whatever it is. And the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy. So for many of my gems, like you are, in fact, leaving behind a karmic soulmate situation where whoever was the feminine energy was imbalanced or in a distorted feminine or lowered her vibration. Again, when I say her or feminine, I'm not talking about gender, right? We all have masculine and feminine, and we can be divine masculine or divine feminine depending on the situation or what have you. But the High Priestess energy, and this is Cancerian energy right on top of Capricorn. Again, many of you, you're leaving behind a karmic situation and calling in a new divine counterpart. And again, that's not for all of you. But trust your intuition. And I love this High Priestess. She's actually one of my favorites in all the decks that I own because she's very magician energy. You know, to me, and for me as a reader, she is the counterpart of the Magician, which is Gemini energy. But it's interesting because she has all the tools that she needs to manifest and to make this dream a reality, whatever this thing is that your higher self is talking to you about. And we get the Devil energy in reverse. Yeah, and you're releasing yourself from something that just was keeping you stuck. It's time to allow yourself for this freedom here, gems. And the Five of Cups in reverse, and there's a deep healing taking place. And many of my gems too, there is disappointment. You're saying no to someone or something here with the Hierophant energy in reverse. Something that you learned or something that you did, or a relationship that just doesn't work for you. So not easy. It's going to take courage, and you definitely are going to feel triggered at times, my dear gems, but you've got this. There's absolutely something beautiful headed your way. So let's go ahead and see what other messages or advice Spirit has for you, what you need to focus on. So we get healing. So this came out in the Sag reading. You possess the ability to heal others through compassion, touch, and words of wisdom. So some of you might be making a career change. For others of you, you're just recognizing, and definitely with the third eye opening here with the High Priestess energy coming out, many of you are also seeing that this is part of your path. Peacekeeper. You're in a role that requires mediation between individuals or groups. You have a natural ability to promote fairness and equity. Nice. Yeah, and it may be hard. Like, this is what I'm getting. It may be hard at times, gems, because I do see that you might feel like you're being attacked, or you might feel like you've got to always sort of take the high road. And we get animals. So some of you, your care and concern for God's creatures, big and small, demonstrates the utmost respect for all living things. So some of you, either this is just a sign for you, for those of you that have animals, that this is your reading, that you're meant to pay attention to this. For others of you, you're working with animals. Pay attention also to your animal totems and spirits that show up for you. And we also see yoga instruction, which I know is not going to be for all of you, but teach others how to perform yoga poses, practice meditation, and promote mindfulness and well-being. But this is certainly for some of you. Some of you might be making a bit of a career shift, or you're changing your habits, your daily habits. And whether you actually do yoga or you do something differently, it's just a healthier state of mind, state of being that my gems are entering into, okay, with this full moon in Sag, because you're letting go of something that just is outdated. So when it comes to love and relationships, let's see what messages Spirit has for you. Karmic relationship. So boom, right out the gate. Absolutely. There may have been somebody that you felt was a twin flame, or, was your forever person that you're realizing is, was a karmic lesson. But you're letting go of this. There's definitely been a deep separation where there's been a lot of sadness. This may be what you're healing from. But what I'm getting with Peacekeeper energy too, Gemini, is obviously you're the narrator of your own story, you know. And so I'm not saying that, oh, like if you're in a situation, like you have to leave that person. But I just feel that for some of my gems, you may have been staying in a situation in order to keep the peace or to not make too many waves. And remember, you're not doing yourself or anybody favors by staying in a situation like that when you're really unhappy. Obviously, when you have kids or you have assets, I mean, I can't just make a blanket statement like that. But I do feel that you're moving towards this going your own way. And yeah, look at that. Karmic soulmate, separation, calling in a new soulmate. So for those of you where this is a love reading, you have a beautiful soul connection coming in, a soul contract that's coming in as you release this previous situation. And for some of you, you're not releasing another relationship. Some of you, you're really focusing on your happiness and your wellness, and that's raising your vibration, which calls in the soulmate connection. You might be moving away from like an unhealthy living situation or job situation. And so Spirit wants you to know you have a lot of options. The decision is yours, what you're going to do here. I do feel, since we do get the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands in reverse there, a lot of you may have been dealing with somebody who was stringing you along or who was treating you like an option. If that's, you know, if that was a boss, you know, stringing you along for that promotion, that raise, or if it was like a love relationship, just trust your intuition. All right, trust your intuition. Don't make any sort of, you know, rash decisions. But you know it's time. That's what I'm getting. A lot of you, you know it's time. Or you will. You'll know when it's time. All right, let's see what additional messages come through for my gems. What else does Spirit want you to hear? 555. Yeah, big changes coming your way. So a major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. Oh, 0, you've got a brand new beginning. So I am limitless. There's no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It's time to develop your spiritual side. You're gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. And some of my gems, you're making a career change. Like you're moving out of something into something more spiritual, or maybe your spiritual beliefs have shifted. You know, it's all okay. And I'm expressive. So your mind is wide open. And you are tolerant and compassionate towards all ways of life. And that's the influence of the Sag full moon right there. You value freedom of expression and want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the world at large. Yeah, beautiful. And I am brilliant. Yes, you are brilliant, Geminis. All right, so you possess a very refined mind and a deep urge to uncover life's mysteries. And I feel that's what you're giving yourself the permission to do here. All right, so beautiful numbers. You might be seeing these with frequency, license plates on the clock, if that's possible. You know, invoice numbers, just seeing numbers randomly. Pay attention to them. All right, final messages for my Geminis, please. We get the shining star glow. I no longer dim my light. I shine bright for all to see. Yeah, absolutely. And whatever this is, the Sun card in reverse, your light was being dimmed. And the Oracle. I am the Oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. And we see that with the High Priestess energy. You need to trust your intuition, gems. And the Mystic. I weave my magic and surrender to the universe. Yeah, you are working with law of attraction. You're manifesting this. There's magic around you. Again, that High Priestess energy coming through really strong. And look at this. For many of my gems, the lovers, this is your energy, but this cosmic union is destined for greatness. So for many of you where you've showed up here today for a love reading, this is confirmation that you're leaving a karmic situation behind. Maybe you have been healing from this. It doesn't have to mean that you're jumping from one to the other to call in this divine counterpart situation. Okay. For others of you, it's just balance. It's you are destined for greatness, and whatever this is that you're being called to do, that devil energy, whatever is like really truly calling your name here. All right, my dear gems, I'm going to leave it here. If these messages resonate, I'm going to ask that you hit that like button, share, subscribe, check out the description box for ways you can get a private reading, or if you like the cards I'm using, or you want to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Love and light, Geminis. Take care.